So we have the Shogun on the bench today. And I'm just going to take these wheels off to make it easier to work. A couple of things I need to fix today. One of them is the battery tray, which I'll probably do off camera because it's that simple. But the other one is I'm going to change the bulkhead. I've got the aluminium bulkhead. The reason that I've got this is because the screws keep backing out at the bottom of the plastic bulkhead. Only on the front, not the rear. So I've just got the front one to try see how it goes really. So it's a C-00180-854 tuning part, bulkhead from Kronos. So we'll see how this goes. Should strengthen it up at the front a little bit as well. And yeah, we'll see how easy this is to fit. The best way to change this is actually just to remove the actual front end completely. So way to do that is literally I'm just going to remove these four here first so I can slide this out of the way, and then I need to remove the two screws at the front here which hold the brace on, and then I should be able to just take this off and obviously just disconnect the steering link as well. So we'll do that first. I always recommend using good quality tools. I've used cheap tools for such a long time, but these MIP tools, they just make such a difference. I've not stripped any screws since I've been using these, and I've had screws that I couldn't get out, and now I've got these, I've been able to get them out, so definitely worth investment. Always a good idea to have a couple of these around, just trays for your screws to go into. Obviously, if you've never taken something like this apart before, it's always best to keep them separate. I know exactly where it goes now because I've taken it apart that many times. Now that should just lift up like that, and we've got that out of the way. I'll do these four now. I just move that around like that, and now I just need to move these two here. Should come completely off here. There we go. Well, I don't use the sway bar on the front, so these aren't too much of an issue. But if you are using the sway bar, you need to take this little plastic clip off there, and it goes into here. But yeah. Right, I'm going to treat them in GTA 5 or WD-40 because they're looking a bit rusty. I'll take this off. I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws we need to take away from here. And now we need to take this off, which is should be a little grub screw right here to get this out here. I think it's a 2.5mm. Yep, it sure is. Which was a lot looser than it should have been, to be fair. It shouldn't have been that loose. So we need to make sure we Loctite that back on. Inspect all the gears when you're doing this as well. Make sure they're all okay. It should look absolutely fine. These bearings, like, we've got new bearings which I'm going to use anyway, but I'll just see what these bearings are actually like. And no, actually really good. I'm going to change them over because I've got new ones, but these are worth saving for spares because there's nothing wrong with that bearing at all, which is really good. I'm going to give this all a clean up now off camera. So that's everything cleaned up. What I need to do now is get this Loctite into here. I've just cleaned this up with some WD-40 as well, just clean it all up. We'll put some Loctite actually inside there, then on the actual rub nut itself, just so to make sure it does actually stay nice and tight. Need to line this up with the flat spot. And then when that's tight, we can get it. By the time we run this tomorrow, that should be nice and set and dry. So here we also have a gasket as well for the new diff housing. And then we've got a full set of screws. Some I'll need, some I won't. Obviously Loctite for these as well because we're going into aluminium. So as you can see, we've got the new bulkhead in, absolutely perfect. Lost the footage of putting it back together, absolutely gutted because I was there a good 45 minutes putting this back in, but it goes in exactly the same way as it comes out, just in reverse order. Obviously I've had it running since I've put it in and these screws have not budged an inch. Just another point to make out as well, the actual diff is spaced out with washers, and it goes from the plastic diff case straight into this aluminium one, no problem at all. You don't have to make any more adjustments, and it's in there. Really nice fit, really nice quality, I must say. It goes in really well, so really chuffed. So yeah, I can definitely recommend. Having issues with your screws backing out of the plastic one, or you're breaking the plastic ones, which they can break, then the aluminium one is definitely a good upgrade for this. Also as well, it doesn't weigh that much more than the plastic one either, so really good. So yeah, that's all in there. Footage now from after I put it in, just got back now. As you can see, it needs a little bit of a clean up. Break a rear shock shaft, the shocks back out to the original ones, so I had the armour shocks on the rear, switch them out, put these back on, so fingers crossed these ones will be alright. Everything else held up. Yeah, so really chuffed with that. So I might actually get one for the rear as well and just change the rear over, and then it's done. Any questions, anything that you can think of that I didn't cover in the video, please don't hesitate to message me or put a comment and I'll get back to you. Right, have a good day. Thank you.